Greetings, groovy people! Welcome to the channel. This is Blue Dragon Art, and I'm the self-proclaimed Blue Dragon. This is an art channel where I focus on a variety of different art topics, usually my free not safe for work webcomic, Dark Horse. The link's down in the description if you're interested. But I also do things like sketchbook tours, and this sketchbook I finished filling in 2022, just in December, the end of the year. There are a couple of blank pages, but it was mostly me leaving space for like practice, or maybe there's something I didn't want to like have stuff leak through to the other side. So I figure this book is complete. Let's go ahead and do a sketchbook tour of it. I really need to start planning out my first page, my cover, but right now I've just like got some stickers that were from a friend of mine for our presents. And this sketchbook runs from 2021, May of that year, to December of 2022. I was really trying to do a sketch a day if I could, or sketch as much as possible when I could. Some of the sketches are good, some of them are bad, some of them are planning things out, some of them are just sketching for fun. The first few pages are of zine submissions that I was working on, or zine artwork. So this was for the Natural Wonders zine, which you can learn more about that down in the description at Jammy the Burb's Etsy shop. You can actually buy a copy of the Natural Wonders zine. I think that he still has copies of it left for you to purchase. But I was working on 4 pages that were all kind of interconnected. The theme was the green stripe of the pride flag, which is environmentally themed. And I also work on a lot of like ComicFury zine ideas here. Like specifically, you're going to see a lot of like cover art ideas or avatar ideas for like the little alligator that we kind of keep in the logo from ComicFury. So I was working on the Not Safe for Work 2021 edition for this one. There again, I was mentioning the Natural Wonders zine. There's actually 4 pages in the series. So that's page 2's idea. That was the page 3. And then page 4. I made it so that the pages could turn in the book, but I also put this all together as like a scroll because it kind of was supposed to tell a story vertically. This is practicing while just joining in and watching one of MegaMaster's streams. Great tutorial videos, fun, laid-back, chill streams with great music. Some of it he gets that royalty free. Some of it he actually makes himself, so I highly recommend checking out his channel if you would like to learn more about different proportions and drawing your characters more accurately, or just being chill and listening to someone in the background. That's usually what I do. I'll be working on projects and I will listen to his videos or follow along with his tutorials. So that's kind of what was going on in these next few pages. I did some Full Metal Alchemist sketches, and then I think he'd pulled up some examples of, this is Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, and this is a character from Hunter x Hunter. Oh my god, don't kill me, y'all. I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter. I need to, but I haven't. And there were also like models that he had pulled up, so I was just kind of following along and sketching. I didn't really type. I mean, sometimes I type. I chit-chat a little bit in the box, but I was mostly there to just hang out and enjoy the music and the company. Company. You know what I mean. I guess it's company, kind of. Towards the end of it, I did this sketch of Rena. Eventually, I plan on doing this for like an image, but this is just an idea I had with like peacock feathers. I thought that was really fun. I feel like I was trying to stop being so scratchy with like my sketches, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Just was sitting around watching YouTube and sketching some of the things that I saw around me, including like an empty husk of delicious fruit. I think avocados are considered fruit. With my Snoopy spoon from like when I was a kid. I love the shit out of Snoopy, but the Snoopy spoon is upside down. You cannot see it. Just some random shit that was around me. Mad at YouTube per usual. I don't know when I came up with this idea. I know it was in my last sketchbook, but it was either when that FTC ruling came down and they passed the buck on to the people uploading videos, or it might have been whenever they started slapping ads on videos for people who couldn't receive ad revenue. I can't remember, but I was pissed at them once again, so that's where this came up. I really like how this character turned out. This is the alligator from ComicFury zine. That's what we ended up using in the summer 2021 Not Safe for Work zine. I did several videos on this, so I won't talk in detail, but I was part of a summer art market and I was working on some pieces to donate for their charity cause. They had a raffle, so I also did a different version of this for myself to sell. But this was me doing a character study of the woman that I ended up drawing in a more anime style. You can check that out in some of my videos. Maybe I'll put a link or an iCard or something like that somewhere if you want to check it out. Very, very bad, lazy ass sketch of Josuke. I mean, the everything moves so fast in JoJo's. It's really hard when you're watching the anime to like draw it unless they like have the pose held for like, you know, a good few minutes. And anyway, over here I was like trying to work on the volume 2 cover for Dark Horse. I scrapped this idea. I didn't like the look of that triangle. This is actually what I ended up using. These are all Dark Horse characters and this is my volume 2 cover. Working again on composition over here. This was actually for the cover of Opposition, and I went with a totally different idea for that. This, I actually came back and found a blank page in May of 2022 and was working on the ComicFury Zine alligator. On the 28th of December of 2022, I am planning ahead. We got Psychedelica is going to be the theme for summer 2023 ComicFury Zine. I was thinking up my little avatar for the alligator, the table of contents page, and I'm leaning towards like making him kind of like with a hookah and some mushrooms and stuff, because Psychedelica is the theme, y'all. It is not safe for work. Mushrooms are legal in Oregon, so. This is practicing from Alfonso Dunn's pen and ink drawing. I was really having a lot of fun. This is using a pen and nib. I feel like I do a little bit better with like a ballpoint pen, but I need to practice using the pen nib, so that's what this is. I really like how the mushroom turned out. These are actually images from his book, by the way, so if you're interested in that, I'll try to remember to put a link down in the description, but it is called Pen and Ink Drawing by Alfonso Dunn. Really masterful, skillful artist. I don't know what month this was, but I remember watching this channel called Jenna Gets Creative. I sometimes will watch her videos. You can't hardly see it, but this is a frog with like a lily pad. I was inspired by one of her videos and I was like, well, I'm gonna paint this, and clearly I never did. Maybe I'll revisit this. I don't know. Anyway, moving along. Trying to come up with some ideas for the ComicFury Zine 2021 fall issue cover. We didn't have anyone submit any art, so I will oftentimes take over for the cover art when that happens. I was working on my ogre that was at the beginning of Opposition. I wanted to make sure that I really made him creepy. That was like kind of the whole goal. I'm not necessarily good at making things creepy, so this was me trying to practice that. More ComicFury Zine sketching. This is in 2022. I was trying to go back and fill in some blank pages. Looking up some information on composition, doing like triangle and diamond and a couple different ideas. Rule of thirds. The composition rabbit hole, it spirals. I'm just kidding. Golden spiral, get it? I'm not funny. I was watching Del Toro's Crimson Peak when I sketched this little creepy drawing. I was very inspired by that film. I love the color. It was a very well filmed. The fashion was very well thought through. There was a lot of work put into like the fashion for that. A lot of symbolism and stuff, so I really enjoyed it. And it was paying homage to like some of the Italian horror films of back in the 70s, I think. 60s or 70s, one or the other. I think I drew this on the same day. Just a spider hanging in his web. Thumbnailing some pages for the ComicFury Zine, the Campfire Tales. I was submitting one for The Whimper in the Dark. I'm still finishing that arc. It'll be done eventually. Sometimes you don't have time for the side projects you love to work on. But I had so much fun, and I really feel like I did a good job with these thumbnails. Better than what I'm doing with like finishing up the arc. I'll take a moment to show like the finished pages. This is actually the cover I settled on for the ComicFury Zine, Campfire Tales. Just sketching Julius. He was mad at me for taking his Kong away, and he was pouting and glaring at me. Oh. Sometimes he gets a little too wild and like is just crazy with his toys, so sometimes we have to make him settle down a bit. Also drawing, I don't know why I drew a gnome. I have no idea. Wasn't feeling too good this day. Not gonna go into detail. That was in December of 2021. There's this awesome dog that hangs out at this place called Nebulous. Absolutely adorable. So I wanted to sketch them. And I also was sketching like our shot glass and this little hand sanitizer thing. Bad sketches, but you're gonna see the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't really care. I'll show some of the ugly stuff. I'm trying to get Jack's face and Julius's face. Yeah, wasn't too inspired that day. Got a sketch in graphite of my fiance. We were at the bar. We were at the tavern. I like the word tavern better. Because it makes a difference. Oh, yeah, I got some ideas. Yeah, I don't need to get into that. Crossover exchange for 2021, the Halloween exchange over on ComicFury. I wanted to have more characters. It was both my comic and this really awesome sci-fi comic. It is absolutely phenomenal, the artwork in this comic. Honest to God. I'm going to leave a link down in the description. I'll float the name of it in the text because I'm going to mispronounce it. I'm not even going to try. But yeah, I did the crossover exchange. That's who I was assigned, and I'll put up what it looks like here. That was the last crossover exchange I did because life. Outside the tavern we go to, not a good sketch, but I just felt like, sketching some backgrounds because I suck at backgrounds. Getting the idea for the ComicFury Zine Campfire Tale splash page, just kind of sketching out that idea. Every time I complete a chapter on Tapas or even ComicFury, I'll have like something in between chapters that's a little special. And on Tapas, I have like a reading list, a suggested reading list that my characters read. So at around November of 2021, I had 3 characters, Kaisuma, Karen, and Oshin, sharing their preferred reading of comics. I like to do that because it helps promote comics that are on Tapas, and it gives people something to read while I'm working on the next chapter. So, this is me finishing up colors from a nearby space, the thumbnails for the Whimper in the Dark that I was talking about earlier. Aradia Magical Girl Collective put out a fashion zine. It was released in early 2022, but I was working on it at around Thanksgiving of 2021. That was really when my trips back to my parents' house had started getting heavy, so instead of doing like individual poses and dresses of Kana in her different outfits for that zine, I was pressed for time just due to all the travel and planned care and such. So I came up with that paper doll idea, which I did a lot of videos on. You can watch those on my channel. It was a lot of fun to work on, but this was the main pose, just, the underdressing of the paper doll. Just some crappy sketches, but the drawing, a lot of times my sketching ideas don't look as good as like the finished product. So here's what the finished image looked like for December of 2021. When I start picking up Dark Horse again, once I'm finished with this revamp, we're going to be moving into the future, into the dystopic future, which has been promised for so long. They're in Northern California in what was once the Sequoia National Forest, and good humans and good fae have formed an alliance with one another because of Keisuma's forces, you know, just being so strong, that they are working together and they're actually living in these tree houses and with like glamours and stuff, you know, so that it's harder to find them. But I've been trying to like figure out the logistics of what these tree houses are going to look like, how they're going to connect. I've been having a lot of fun planning this out. My partner gave me some ideas too, because we were just chatting about it. But we'd actually gone to the Sequoia National Forest with a couple of his friends. We were camping there, and that was in fall of 2021. So I've actually gotten some inspiration from photographs that I took while I was there. These characters are ones I've been working on. They're like, it's very inspired by the Mario brothers, obviously, but like they're the mycologist brothers because they really like mushrooms. But they're kind of exact opposites. The older one is a little softer, a little rounder. Obviously the hair's not going to look exactly like this, but he's more inspired by king mushrooms because that's his last name. They've got, I think they share a mother, but they've got different fathers. And then this one, his hair is going to be inspired by oyster mushrooms, which are some of my, both of those are some of my favorite mushrooms. I absolutely love mushrooms, y'all. But I was having fun playing with like character shapes and stuff. They're not going to look exactly like this, but that was kind of like the idea behind it. But, you know, they're living in the trees, so the mycologists are helping to grow mushrooms for like food and shit, because they're not going to like haul a bunch of cows and stuff up to the trees. And besides, I have ulterior motives, and they ain't gonna be slaughtering animals in my fucking comic. It's just not gonna be addressed, okay? Okay, I'm not gonna address it. But yeah, this is actually more realistically like what the character's hair is going to look like. So it's inspired by oyster mushrooms and like the layers, but he's actually going to have like these dreads off to the side, and then these are going to be more like, I don't know if I'm going to have his hair like faded or if I'm going to have cornrows, because cornrows were like really popular in the 90s. And remember, like the hairdos and shit that we have today were not really done back then, so it could be that he's coming up with this hairdo himself, or it could be that this is cornrows instead of fading. I mean, I don't know if people like, I'm sure there were fades done before present day, but I know that got like really popular in like the 2000s, late 2000s, I don't know. I don't know a lot. I only know a little, y'all. So somebody tell me, because I don't claim to be a professional. Boy, I'm getting real talkative because I'm so excited to work on progressing the story. Some more ideas, like close-ups of, you know, bridges and stuff, ideas. I'm not gonna have like fairies actually living in here. I was thinking maybe I could have like some fungi like being like, you know, those glow in the dark fungi, the phosphorescent ones. That would be really cool. I don't know yet. I'm just kind of playing around, getting some ideas. More practice. Alfonso done practice. I done good. No, I didn't. Just sitting on the couch doing some doodles. What the hell is that? I have no idea. Anyway, doodles. Another idea, just working out the build of that character, because which character is this? This is the younger brother. I forget. I don't think his name is Gilbert King. Gilbert King is the younger brother. Oh no, he's Gilbert King. That doesn't make any sense though, because he doesn't look like the king mushroom. Yeah, that's Angel. That's Angel. Not okay. This is Gilbert, and that's Angel. That makes more sense. But anyway, I don't really draw a lot of muscly built characters, so I've been working on that. And I've also wanted to include like rounder, larger characters, so that's why I did this character is a little bigger. Also, the mushrooms that inspired their look are, you know, kind of, you know, more like that shape. Anyway, although Angel is like the... Oh, well, anyway, we're not going to get into it. Fuck it. It doesn't have to make sense yet. I haven't hammered things out fully. Okay, just me sketching very poorly. Just doing something. I was trying to do a drawing a day if I could. Bradman, probably at the tavern when sketching this. He has a bullet journal that he works in, and then I'll oftentimes be sketching. Also Wizard. Just having some fun with Julius, Fear and Loathing in the living room. He gets ape shit with his fucking Kong, you guys. You have no idea. And then his lip will be sticking out sometimes. I don't know, I just had a lot of fun sketching him. He's got a lot of really great expressions. This is from the comic Egress, which is on ComicFury. I was trying to find a pink pen so that I could finish these fairies from Egress. I absolutely love these characters. Definitely check out that comic. It's a lot of fun. It's by Kid Cthulhu. I was gonna do fan art for him for the end of 2022, but I ran out of time and I couldn't find my pink ballpoint pen, so I don't know what the hell. I need to finish it though. That's not an excuse to not finish it. This is Taylor from Minimal. I did a video at the end of December of 2022, actually finishing this piece, finally. And then this is Beatrice from Minimal. This is by, the Minimal comic is by JM Loves Bob. Really great comic. I talked more about it in the fan art video that I did. At the bar, sketching again. I have no idea what the hell was on my mind. I was drawing, I don't know, I wanted to draw an old guy. I don't know. This was just from my head. I was not looking at anyone. That's my fiance again. You're gonna see a lot of him in this book, okay? I got a commission in 2022, early that year, to do this awesome character, Kokoro. I didn't do any videos or anything on it, but I'll show the finished piece. I was sketching out some ideas just to kind of work with the commissioner. The guy's got some really awesome art there. This is more work on Kokoro. She's really a cool character. It was the whole idea of this character he was talking about came from this old school game, Goblins, I think. Goblins and Castles. What the hell is it? I mean, it sounds like it's right up. Oh, Ghouls and Ghosts. Ghosts and Goblins. Like, it's a series. I've heard of it. My partner used to play it. But I was just having so much fun sketching her out. She's such a cool character, and he gets a lot of different artists to put their spin on her. This is what we ended up doing. I gave him like a bunch of ideas for like poses on what he wanted, and he ended up really liking this pose the most. But I just had fun like working with the gesture in general, and then coming up with like the background idea. Yeah, this was a really fun commission. I really like his character. You can check out his DeviantArt page down in the description. For my zine, this zine that I'm coming up with a bunch of just silly ideas, just silly images. I wanted to have this How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Plague, with the chick just writing the virus. You know which virus. I don't care if it gets blocked, the coronavirus. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna play this game. I'm not gonna say the word because YouTube will block me. Fuck you. Fuck YouTube. Not you, the viewer. Fuck YouTube. But yeah, this is just kind of commentary on how nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. This was also at the tavern. I just felt like drawing a bunch of cats. I wanted to see how many cats I could draw just from my mind. So I got this is the one I think I started with, and then this one's cute. Oh, look at the little kitty. This came along later, yeah, because like this is from March, just filling in blank pages. I was working on my drink series that I do pinups for over on Subscribestar Adult, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted this character to look like, so I was referencing some Muka drawings, but I ended up going with a little bit of a different pose. She's not like facing us head on in the final piece. I just wanted to draw Hedy Lamarr because she's hot. She done a I can't find this reference image that I was using. This is another one I was sketching at the tavern, and I was just using my phone and I googled it, but I cannot find this reference of her. She's riding this torpedo. It's just in the photograph. I think she had like I gave her just a black bikini and bottom, but I think she's actually wearing like stars and stripes or some shit. But yeah, anyway, I can't find that reference anymore. Oh yeah, I'd gotten this. I did get sick after traveling to help care for my parents, and I got tested, and it did end up being a cold, thankfully. Shortly thereafter, I bought the heaviest frickin' duty mask you can buy that looks tasteful. I look like Bane in it, a colorful Bane, but I don't give a shit. I didn't get sick the last few times that I fucking traveled on a plane. So I don't care how silly I look, I will be wearing that mask because I haven't got time to be sick. Oh my gosh. Drawing more, trying to do, oh my god, Jack looks possessed. I messed up on his eyes, that's why I blacked them out, that made it even worse. I watch Comic Tropes, so I was probably sketching Chris, who's the host of that YouTube series. Really love it, very down to earth, really great reviews, well researched, makes me interested in comics that I'm not even interested in. I don't like superhero comics, I'm sorry, don't steal me y'all. Sometimes I like them, it just depends on what it is, but I like to learn about it because I don't think there's like, there's value in the stories, it's just something that I'm not really interested in. And this guy, this Comic Tropes channel really makes it interesting to me. But he also talks about stuff like Mobius and like all kinds of comic book related art videos. So really, really good channel. Go check that out. And this is my dog, Julius, just being silly, looking real silly. And like I said, I was trying to work on Jack, but that didn't look too good. It's kind of scary. This was for my Earth Day video. I actually recorded this. It was a Friday night video in 2022 for my Earth Day stuff. So I'm not going to talk much about it because I did like an entire video where I'm like working this out. Sometimes I like to sketch my hand whenever I'm at the tavern and write song lyrics apparently. Or I don't even know. I don't even know what the hell I was writing. Hand. This was not at the tavern. This was at the pizza place. One of the pizza places we like to go to. This pizza place is as old as I am. Jeez. I can't show this page because it's Dark Horse spoilers. This was just random prompts that Brad gave me. I don't know. He gave me the word village and tooth, I think. So I made these weird little creatures. It's a tooth village. They live in teeth. They live in the holes in teeth. I don't fucking know. This is Melody, I think is her name. No, Melanie, sorry. I was really in the mood to hear her lay down Candles in the Rain. It's a beautiful song. It's about Woodstock. And I just wanted to sketch the image that whoever uploaded the song had in the background of Melanie. It's a really pretty song. Ooh, Janelle Monáe! Felt like sketching her. No comment on the hair, y'all. I know, it looks like a butt. I'm sorry. I tried to fix it. I tried. It's not them, it's me. But yeah, I really like their music. And then I was coming up with a character that's obviously supposed to be an older dude that loved the shit out of Jimi Hendrix. I don't know, he's not gonna be like a main character in Dark Horse, but I was just working on this idea. I don't know, I just wanted to have some fun sketching some people. God, I kept messing up on this character. I can't remember, who is this? This is Chisato Moritaka. She was a musician in the 80s in Japan. And I just really liked the outfit she was wearing and the pose, so I was trying to sketch her. I don't know. It's not great, but... Oh, this book, Hits of the Showa Era by Ryu Murakami. This was really a weird book, but I enjoyed it. I ended up putting it in like one of those giveaway book things. Y'all have seen those, right? The little mini libraries that are outside that you can donate your books to. When I'm done with something, if I don't feel like I'm going to reread it, I will put it in there. I kept 69, though, by the same author. I love that book. Oh my god. I was working on the summer Safe for Work ComicFury zine submission from Dark Horse, and Dreams was the theme. I know I've done videos on this, so this is just the thumbnail. There's not much to see, so let's move along. With the revamp, I have been struggling to try to make sure that my composition actually looks good. There's no point in redoing it just with, you know, slightly better art if I'm not like improving like the composition and in places the pacing if I can. So this was me really trying to develop a good layout, and I was using not the golden spiral, but like I was really working on stylizing the overlap for the end of Battle Royal. right before Awakenings, but this was me working to try to make sure that it looked well composed. And the final page looks like this, so I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it. I wanted to draw hands. I needed to draw a hand holding a gun for the end of Time Warp, I think. I can't remember if that's when I was done working on Time Warp. At any rate, I'm always trying to work on how I draw my hands, trying to improve on those. I don't know, just a page spread of Jack and Julius. There's a lot going on here. So if you want to read this, pause the video. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit. More sketching. This is an AI generated face from like some face generator. I don't know. I tried it out. I'm not so certain I like it. I don't know. There were things that were kind of weird about the image. Hair and stuff specifically, but anyway, the glasses being bad is my bad, not the generator. More working on the composition for Dark Horse. This is an idea that I want to complete for like a wallpaper. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but this is just Rena picking cherries. And I want to have like a cute little cherry background. I used to pick cherries with my cousins and my grandma, and then we would all go over to my grandma's and we would sit there. We'd have like a giant like gallon ice cream tub full of cherries, and we'd all work on pitting them together, and then grandma would make like tart cherry pie out of it. So that was like a really fun childhood memory for me until lightning struck the cherry tree twice. Like, it survived the first strike, and then a few years later it got struck again, and that was the end of our cherry pie days. Oh my god, that poor tree. But anyway, I don't know, that's a silly story, but that's something that I was thinking about when I was sketching this. This is my initial planning out, like, some ideas for the drink pinup series I've been doing over on Subscribe Star Adult. Some of these ideas I kept, some of them I didn't, but yeah, I was just at the tavern, and this is just kind of what I was thinking to get me started on it. Oh, Fanny Walk the Earth is a really cool band. Check them out. They're like very 70s. They're from the Pacific Northwest. Oh no, wait, they might be from California. Maybe they're from California. I can't remember. Anyway, go check them out. I was sketching this out. I've been kind of part of this collaborative comic that's on hiatus now. I've only done one page for it, but it's just something that we're doing over on ComicFury. I'll put a link for it maybe down in the description. I was talking to the guy who was like in charge of organizing it, and he had an idea for like this underground cave city. So we were talking, and I came up with this idea and sketched it and sent it to him. This character is Soren from Cryptida. I think I pronounced that right. ComicFury. It's over on ComicFury, so you can check that out if you like. And then this is like the mermaid character who's been in it. I have no idea what this is. This is awful. That's the idea I have. This is awful. I have shown you the good and the bad. I was at my parents', I think, when I was doing this. I watched this YouTuber. Her name is Beatrice Crusoe. I like her personality. I find her enjoyable to watch. I don't watch a lot of vloggy videos or channels. Really, this is kind of the only vlog that I watch, aside from like some vegan YouTubers, just so that I can get ideas and, you know, see what new things are available for me to check out or try to cook or something like that. But I do like to watch her channel. I just find her to be very entertaining. Her personality on screen, she seems very fun, even though she talks about like a lot of her own personal issues. But I find her channel to be very likable. Yeah, anyway, I decided to sketch her. And then I had a little lamb. This was on, I think it was there, God, was Easter in May? Or did Mom just leave like her lamb stuff out? I can't remember. And then I had this weird whale thing. I don't know. I just wanted to draw this whale. It looks very like Peter Max-esque, but I don't think that's what inspired it. Oh yeah, I was definitely at my mom's house, because this was her dog, Badger. I don't want to talk about that, because he passed away shortly after Dad did. This is Zuma, her other dog, her other Shar-Pei. I grew up with Shar-Pei. I love the shit out of Shar-Pei. So this is Zuma. She is so adorable. We were watching some weird video about Kate Spade. I mean, I knew about her clothing brand, but I've never been like a fashion... I don't care about fashion brands and shit like that, but it was an interesting TV show that was on, so I was sketching while it was on. I don't know, this is just some dude. I'm not sure if I was back home yet, but there's that freaking hand sanitizer. I just keep refilling it. This was my idea for the 2022 June Pride Month sketch. It was a drawing of Kana. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have her be Ace later on in the story. I mean, obviously not later on, but in her teenage years, she's not really thinking too terribly much on that. She is and she isn't, but we haven't really gotten into that yet. But I'm pretty sure that I'm going to make her be like Ace. I was practicing for the August 2022 Better Together art market, where I was doing chibis of people, kind of like a caricature artist would, only chibi versions of people who walked up. I have a whole video talking about that entire experience. I have 2 videos maybe, I think. So you can check that out if you like. These are the character bios that I submitted to the In Dreams ComicFury zine, Julius and Rena. This was trying to do more pinup sketches. This is actually trying to flesh out my idea a little clearer. I actually don't like how this finished version turned out. Not this, but like the finished version. This is working on Sangria again, but then I completely did something different while I was at my parents'. Taking the dogs to the vet, or one of our dogs to the vet, and I was just kind of sitting in the car while my partner was with Jack Dog. And so I was just sketching the outside of the vet office. This is what I ended up doing, something similar to this for the Sangria drawing. I was sitting with Dad. This was getting towards the end of that experience. But I was just sitting there, hanging out and doing some sketches. Some more chibi drawings. Obviously this is from August, not July. There's some more. Just some random sketches at the pizza place. More ideas for my drink series. Again, they don't end up looking this bad when they're done. I'm just hammering out the idea. Here I was trying to work out my idea for what Rena's 90s outfit was going to look like for the Aradia Beat Magical Girl Collective zine, TGIF the 90s. I was trying to draw someone, but they moved. And then I got angry and drew angry. Like they had no right to move when some creepy stranger is drawing them. This was at Sports Box. Oh my god. Everything I've had from this place is absolutely amazing. They had this Bloody Mary. We had egg rolls. You can't hardly tell, but oh my god, that place is delicious. Oh my god. This was for a YouTube video where I was trying to do a tutorial on drawing hands. My hands aren't the best, but I guess they're better than they have been. Angry Boston Wall-Eyed Barking. My sketches. Art for today. Gee whiz, why is there no art here? I wrote it exactly what I wanted to appear. I thought shortcuts equated good, smart art. Julius, again. Working on Odysseus's pose. I didn't go with that one, I think. I think I did a little different. This is sketching people at the bar and my own... Wait, that's not my arm. That's Brad's arm. My arm's not that hairy. It's not that hairy. Okay, that's not my arm. Oh, it's the right hand. Okay, that's how you know it's not my hand. But yeah, this was at the tavern. I was drawing the chairs and some kind of IPA logo and just random people who were there. Just random people. It was fun. Also, someone had a dog, but that's not what the dog looked like. That's just what I drew. Oh, Hinterland Coffee was playing The Gossip. Oh my god, they were playing the whole album. It was awesome. This is us planning out this ramp that we need to finish for Jack Dog, since he's getting a little old and he keeps jumping and missing the bed. Like, he's jumping like 5 feet from the bed and wondering why he's not getting on. The poor dog. That's why he was at the vet. We were trying to figure out if he had cataracts or what the heck's wrong with him, but we need to finish building this. We were going to use like these pallets and just build it and then put like some carpet down on it and then like these little rolly wheels, but we need to finish that project. I was working on the Aradia beat, my submission to the zine, and this is just me trying to figure out how a specific panel was going to work out. A couple different panels actually. I need to finish this. I want to do this pinup, but it had nothing to do with drinks, so I didn't do it. But I just wanted to draw this cute little witch with her hat. These were ideas for like the window decorations I was going to do for Halloween, and I did. I did a video on that. My comments got turned off on that video. I have no idea why. Like, adults like Halloween too. Fucking YouTube is so stupid. God, they're fucking stupid. I don't know what was going on there. I ended up drawing just... This is from Big O. I'm the tomato. I'm the tomato.
I'm one of the tomatoes.
If you haven't watched the Big O, watch the Big O, okay? It's an anime. Just watch it. Just watch it. I don't know, I felt like drawing a bunch of vegetables. A weenie zucchini. Why does no one carve me? Oh, why does no one carve me? Oh, other squash. Carrot, that can't... I don't know. I was just being goofy. I think we were at the pizza joint again. And this was me trying to do contours. I'm not very good with contours. Absinthe. This was the drink I was working on for absinthe. I went more like with this design instead, like the Bride of Frankenstein. This is for the Aradia Beat Magical Girl Collective, the wallpaper. I did wallpapers as like bonus merch. This was for the Not Safe for Work Travels in Space zine, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the alligator. I ended up, I think, doing this one, but I really kind of liked this one, and I liked the alien one, but I thought that would be a little too creepy. I have no idea what that is. Working on the splash page, some ideas. This is pumpkin beer was the pinup idea here. I think I ended up flipping her and having her facing the other direction. Working on Jack. Am I in trouble? Oh. I don't need to make sound effects. This was working on some of the Christmas or holiday exchange, whatever people celebrate. This was from Star Spirits. I was just doing some character studies. My Chimerical Dream submission ended up very similar to these, but I almost feel like the sketch here turned out better than like the finished piece. Doing some sketches for a doggy commission that I received and I'm still working on at time of recording. I'm waiting to hear back on what kind of background the dude wants. This was working on Dragon Sparking. And then this looks awful, but it was just my first sketch of Oracle from Terra Prima. God, sometimes my sketches are just garbage. So this is what I actually ended up doing with Oracle. Doing a sketch of Rena for New Year's. This is pretty much the pose I ended up using. More doggy sketches. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun sketching this. Their dogs are so cute. Absolutely adorable. So I just felt like doing a couple sketch ideas. Eggnog. I was deciding between eggnog and hot toddy for the December drink pinup. So I was just kind of working on some ideas. I ended up going with Ingrid, the name Ingrid, and then Nog, N-O-G-G. I actually have relatives who their last name was Hog, but kind of like keeping up with appearances, they insisted that it was pronounced Hogue, not Hog, but it's totally fucking Hog. You're so full of shit. The bouquet resident.
The bouquet residence, the lady of the house speaking.
How do you spell bouquet?
B-U-C-K-E-T.
Okay, if you haven't watched Keeping Up with Appearances with Hyacinth and Richard, oh my god, that show is so funny. It's probably a little dated now, but it was a funny show. This was working out the pose, and then I realized, holy shit, I've already done this pose, so I ended up going with something completely different. And I ended my sketchbook. I was at the coffee shop, and I decided I wanted to try to draw Jack in motion. I think these looked kind of cute, just for being little silly sketches. A random kitty. I don't know why I want to draw a cat, but sometimes I want to draw a cat. I like all animals, you know? Even the animals I don't like. Like, I don't like chimpanzees, but, like, I like them also. I don't know. I don't have anything to do with chimpanzees, but I like them. I think they're interesting, if that makes sense. I don't like snakes, but I think they have a right to exist, if that makes sense. Even though I hate snakes, I do not like snakes. Anyway, wow, that's a tangent. What the fuck that's got to do with anything? I hope you... Let's close this out. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. This was a really fun sketchbook. I think it's better than my last one. Some of the drawings are a little goofy, but I put in a modicum of effort, okay? What this year holds in store, I don't know, but I hope you enjoyed it. Peace and love. Fare you well, and keep on trucking.